The clock strikes 12, I step into the haze. Whispers call me from 1,000 graves. Shadows dance in corners out of sight. I chase the unknown deep into the night. I hunt the fear you dare not face. In the darkness I embrace the trace. The dead, they speak their secrets shown. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown. A flicker, a chill, a shadowed hand. The unseen lingers where I stand. Through creaking doors and empty halls, I hear the echoes of forgotten calls. I hunt the fear you dare not face. In the darkness I embrace the trace. The dead, they speak their secrets shown. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown. And the unknown. Eyes that watch from a place unreal, a touch so cold it makes you feel that near but hidden, veiled in shade. I walk with ghosts unafraid. I hunt the fear you dare not face. In the darkness I embrace the trace. The dead, they speak their secrets shown. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown.
Little pig, let me in.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Campfire Chats with Eric and Guest. I'm your host, Edie Testerman. I just found out in the comments that apparently there's 2 shows today that I don't know about, and I only made one. So I don't know what is going on with that. I know that, oh, wow. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one, Jeff. I don't know if when I lost power earlier, if it messed something up or not. Hopefully everybody see that this is coming up and we can get everybody over to this one. So I apologize that showing 2 of them. I just really don't know what is going on because I only made one and I made it early this morning and it wasn't long after that I lost power. So I don't know what's going on with it. So I apologize to you guys on that. You know, hopefully people can figure it out. But as always, on Saturdays, this is the show for you to share your encounters. If you have an encounter you want to share, this is the place to share it. If you want to come on live, I'll bring you on live. If you only want to talk about it in chat, you can only talk about it in chat. That is the only thing, that's the Only thing is stopping you is you. So, YouTube is giving a choice, this version, and a smaller screen for the phone. Oh, that's cool, man. I didn't know that. So that might be why there's two of them. Thanks, Pops. Gary. Ooh. What are you barking at? There's like nobody out there. I got it. Yeah. So with that being said, has anybody had any encounters? Oh, before I forget, I am on call. So I have my phone close by here. If I got to pause this and take a call, there is a chance that I may have to leave. Yesterday I had gotten called. My first call of the day was at 3:52 in the morning, and it was 3 back to back, and all of them was trees in the road. I pulled a 13-hour day yesterday. Right now everything's been kind of quiet today. We've had our storms, but outside of that, it's been a little bit. I did a little, Roxanne. I'm still tired. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I did get some sleep last night finally. But there is a possibility that I could get a call, and I'll have to cut this short. So if I do, I apologize. But I'm always on call every 6 weeks, and this week I'm on call. Yeah. Fluffy and the Milkshake Show. Oh my God, that's a good one. It's the Fluffy and Milkshake. William, that's a good one, man. But yeah, I got home last night and I was tired, man. I was one tired puppy, and I went to bed. I was wore out. But yeah, I had 3 calls with 3 trees across the road yesterday. It wore me out. With that being said, I'll be honest with you. I've been busy. I haven't noticed a whole lot of stuff here lately. I've had my typical Bigfoot noises I hear from time to time. Every now and then the dogs just start going nuts, and there's like nothing there. So nothing unusual around here. So I don't have a whole lot to report on right now. And the storms may be keeping them down. We've had a lot of storms going on. And next week I'm going to be busy. Looks like I'm going to be paving all week long. Hey, salute, Dwarf. I was on your show earlier, man, and then I got a phone call. I had to get off of it. But if you guys missed it, Dwarf was having a pretty good show earlier. And sadly, I didn't get all of it because I had a phone call. But yeah, I want to hear what you guys have got going on, man. So, has anybody got anything they want to share? And oh man, I think I got a lot of stuff going on. It's a busy week, busy week. Yeah, I guess one of my contractors got rained out in Texas, so they're going to be up here next week paving. So, yeah, and plus 2 contracts I'm working, or 2 projects I'm working on right now too. Busy man. But I did get my certifications. I've now got my bituminous and my aggregate certifications. So I'm all certified up now. No. Man, I was looking to see if you had a show this morning, William, and I never did see one pop up. And then I got busy around the house and forgot to check again. Yeah, they had a wicked little police chase going on over there in Cali. I can't see who said that yet. It's not showing me a name over there. Oh, thanks, Dwarf. Yeah, it'd been, man, if you guys missed not this Thursday's, but last week's Thursday show when I was on with Jessica, when she did a remote view of Jeff City, y'all missed. You need to go over and check that one out. You need to go check that one out. What she remote viewed was pretty spot on what I was having happening live during that Sunday show, that Sunday prior, and what I've been experiencing there for a few years up there in Jeff City. Oh, Oh no, William, that sucks. This ain't the time right now to have AC going out. It's only going to get worse too from now on. Damn, bro, I hate hearing that. I had to buy a little window unit because my AC system went out too, and I just don't have the money to pay them guys to come out and fix it. It was actually cheaper for me to buy a window unit than it was to hire somebody come out and service my system. I can't believe how much they charge nowadays for that. That is, God, that is pricey. So, well, don't like sound like anybody's got any counters. As we're waiting for somebody sharing counters, anybody got questions? Because that's another thing we do on Campfire Chats. We ain't got no encounters to share. We'll talk about random stuff. You know, talk anything cryptid, paranormal, supernatural. Oh, oh, dude, what's it doing? Dude, Dawn, yeah, yeah, it is. It's so freaking expensive. It's. I need if I had a vacuum, I would pull the system myself and recharge it. But I don't have a vacuum. That's why I can't do it myself. I have burn, seeing wisp or smoke like we've been seeing wisp of smoke like last couple of days. Interesting. Is it out of the corner of your eye, or is it just like peer in front of you? Kind of tell us a little more about that, Roxanne, because that could be a partial apparition. You could be seeing a partial apparition. Oh man, most of the vacuum pumps will reclaim. I can't believe yours don't have that. Have a new vacuum pump. Do you think the ticks that are being dropped can affect cryptids? I would say, yeah, it's good to see you, Ida. Um, it appears in front of you. That's a good question because I'm a firm believer that DNA wise, we are very similar to Bigfoot just because we can create offsprings together. So if it's affecting us, I absolutely believe it could affect them too. Yes. It appears in front of you. Yeah, you could be seeing a partial apparition, Roxanne. Is it gray? Is it white? Is it black? I got it back just before reclaiming was required. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that thing's old. That thing's old. Yeah. Yeah, I need to bust down if I can ever get money and get my own. You know, to get me an empty tank, get a vacuum, pull that vacuum, get all that reclaimed, drop drop the oil in it, probably replace the filter and charge it back up. And I'd say that'll probably be what fixes mine. Never been used. Oh wow. Yeah. But I hope that answers your question. I said that. Hey, Maximus. Oh, Ursa. What's up, Ursa? Yeah, no, I mean, there was a time when you didn't have to reclaim it. And about the time that I got my universal license and my 609 recycle and recovery license was about the time they started implementing that. And it wasn't until all that was supposed to be in full effect by 2007. And that is also the time frame that they changed it from R12 to R134A. It looks kind of looks like a partial wing in white. That's interesting, man. That's God. I still want to say it's a partial apparition, but I don't know. At the same time, that's a good one. Seen some bizarre things in the sky last night about midnight. Yeah, I was seeing some video of somebody recording a storm. I don't know when they were recording it, but they caught something weird in the storms. Almost like a snake dragon, wannabe Dragon Ball Z type, dragon in there. It was weird looking. Yeah, I'd say you're probably seeing a partial apparition, Roxanne. That'd be a good guess on my end when it comes to that. Keep me updated and see if anything else happens with that, because I'm kind of curious of what's going on there. Because I know you've had your visitor, and now you're getting smoke like deals. That makes me wonder if he ain't trying to show himself. What is this? Strange patches of smoke and fog. So a lot of times, like dealing with paranormal, orb is going to be probably your biggest manifestation most of the manifestations you're going to see is going to be an orb. The next, they usually appear as either a white, gray, or black smoke, almost like. And then, that could be something doing with that. With the patches of smoky fog, that could be something supernatural going on in the area. It could be something climate-wise that could be doing it. It's depends on, there's a lot that could be, Maximus. It really is. But there's been a lot of strange fog going on lately that's been tied to the supernatural realm. So is that what you're seeing? That's possible. There was a sonic boom off Massachusetts. Meteor Society said ID was a meteor exploded at 2:15 their time. Interesting. 2:15 in the morning or the afternoon? I didn't hear about that. Of course, I've been busy dealing with other stuff. I was wanting to get some writing done today, but man, I'm just too wore out. Some say fog is or can be from a travel some entities use, shadows and others, orbs or other light forms. Yeah, you got to be careful on these orbs, though. You really have to be careful on these orbs. I know everybody wants to put them in a certain category, and in all honesty, people just throw it whatever they want. You have to be very, very careful with orbs. Most of your orbs you're going to deal with is going to be paranormal, but there is supernatural entities that do use orbs as well. So be very, very careful. But when it comes to those orbs, and yeah, I know they say that things travel in the fog. I know some types of cryptids have been known to do it. A lot of supernatural entities have been known to do it. I'm not saying it's not true, but it's possible. Did you see NASA said all flights to the moon have been canceled because of the explosion? Yeah, greatest explosion that ever, and not even a paper cut reported. Several county. Oh, it's happened afternoon. Heard it and things rattled. Interesting. Seems to be happening a lot here. Seems to be happening a lot here lately. Seems to be a lot of meteors exploding in an atmosphere here lately. It's kind of weird. Living fog is a thing. I think it is. I've had most of the time, 99% of the time when I've dealt with fog, it's been normal fog. But I have had some fogs that just seem different. The energy of it seemed different, if that makes sense. Quit, you're going to tear a hole in it. But and there has been many reports of cryptids hiding in fogs, many reports of supernatural hiding in fogs. Is that why it feels like it's a living fog? Is that why the energy on that fog is different? Because there's something there that we have to take that into consideration. I can't see who said that. What are you talking about, Roxanne? Maximus says, Eric, with a dogman encounter, there was a weird patch of fog that I saw around the same time. It was about 8 feet around on its own creeping around. Yeah, it just jumped on me on the side of the house. Yeah, I mean, there's been many people reported that. Ooh, it sounds like maybe your bearing is froze up. If it's humming but not running, you're could have a not a bearing. Yeah, your compressor could have froze up. That's what it be. Sounds like your compressor froze up. I figured that was probably what you was doing. Now, if it's humming and acting like it's wanting to start, Don, I don't know if that's really a capacitor. That sounds like a compressor. Usually, if a compressor seizes up, it'll hum and it won't do nothing. If a capacitor goes bad, it's not going to put energy to it, which electricity to it, which would cause it um, not to fire up at all, but it wouldn't hum. Pressure wouldn't stop blower motor. That's true. Which there is a bearing in that blower motor. Unit a couple years ago. Okay, capacitor was replaced. I'm in a frog after the broccoli. Yeah, the blower mower have one, but the system should still work if the blower mower's out of it. It's just it wouldn't blow no air. It'd just be like seeping through. When I say the wisp of smoke was just before it turned black outside today before the storm came through. Interesting. Yeah, that could be something supernatural. Because if the whole system ain't running itself, that's what's got me worried. That's usually 9 times out of 10, that's going to be your compressor's jacked up because it's not doing anything to allow your system to turn on and work. Milkshake, be careful, no deep mud puddles. We got to partake of the broccoli bra. Compressor is working, but the start compressor is out. Hey, little. So to get power and hum, it's just not doing anything. Yeah, it could be the blower. I don't know, man. I'm not there, so it's hard to diagnose when I'm not there watching everything go on with it. You meant fog. Yeah, sure. Jeff meant fog. Yeah. Let's I got a good one for that. Where's it at? Jeff goes, I meant fog. And then this is what Jeff does. Mine did that, and it was the fan motor stuck. That's what I'm wondering, man. It's God. Because usually when mine would do that, my compressor was seized up. Oh, he's trying to cover up, man. He's trying to cover it up. I got to figure out what I want to do tomorrow's show too. Gosh, there's just a couple of different possibilities. I've had the system low enough where it wouldn't kick on, but it'd make a funny noise, but I can't say it was a hum. I heard of other accounts of fog or haze other than things associated with Dogman, even one where someone said they saw a Dogman materialize out of the fog. Yeah, I'd say that's going to be something more supernatural than I would be actually Dogman. If it's materializing out of the fog. I'm not having any broccoli tonight. The girlfriend and I are going to dinner. I cannot partake of the broccoli, bruh. Jeff's going to be sitting there at dinner time and not having any broccoli, and this is the way Jeff's going to be. Oh man! Oh, dude! You almost did it again. Be careful when you're doing that, bro. You almost got me in the nads again. And wine and diner, Jeff. Oh yeah. His outside unit is running just a blower. Oh. Okay, so that inside unit. Okay, that's making a lot more sense. Okay. If you're familiar with Matt, I don't think so. He talks about a shadow mask that the Dogman has encountered changing into as it's left. I'm going to say it's supernatural, man. That sounds very supernatural to me. Had that fog that brought that smell for a few days last month, and then had that Bigfoot sighting upriver from me in Moxville. Huh. Yeah. I mean, there's been known of cryptids and paranormal hiding in fog. But if it's fog materializing into something, that's going to be very, very much something supernatural in my belief. Okay. So the outside unit is working, but the inside unit is not. So yeah, blower motor. Yeah, that'd be definitely a blower motor. Probably needs to be either cleaned real good, or it's just seized up and you got to replace that blower motor. Which, if it's been running rough and not cleaned in a while, you can burn out that blower motor. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. That makes it a lot easier. Yep. You're right. Blower motor. What's up, Jeff? Taking a break from it all and watching the old Night Stalker TV series. I'd say, oh, dude, first you almost racked me and then you do that. Oh, bad. Wow, that's horrible. That is horrible. Hey, Bounty. Man, I don't know if I've ever seen a Night Stalker series. I can't remember if I have or not. It sounds familiar, but I'm trying to remember the show itself. Um, yeah, Roxanne, keep me updated on what's going on there. Definitely. Kolchak. That sounds familiar. I don't think I have either. Oh, Twisted. What did I miss on that? Oh, the show. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'll be honest with you. I've been taking a break from a lot of stuff. I've just been watching anime here lately, just trying to take a break and get my mind off things. I've been working so much. By the time I get home, I'm so drained. It's not even funny. I probably do. I guarantee you. I mean, all that sounds familiar. It's just you're right. I mean, my brain is fried right now. Yeah, so just watch the vampire one from 1972. Yeah, I probably have seen it and just. Oh, I mean, I admit, man, I am. I'm tired. I'm wore out. Which I knew this was going to be a thing because this is a busy time of year for me. I remember Ray Bradbury and the Wrong Door. I don't remember that one. I do miss the Twilight Zone and Tales from the Crypt, though. I missed Twilight Zone and Tales from the Crypt. I loved watching them shows when I was younger. That was a God. That was some good shows. I'm trying to remember. There was a movie, uh, and I think about it from time to time. I cannot remember the name of the movie. But what's sad is if you look how things are nowadays, that movie was pretty damn accurate. And they all lived underground in this utopia underground. And they never got old. And once you reached a certain age, they said, "Hey, you won like this lottery." I thought it was similar to a lottery, and then you was allowed to go to this special place to live in a way higher level of living, and you would never be seen again. And one of them had escaped, and to come find out, they were unaliving those people at that age and turning them into food and feeding them to those people. When he escaped and went to the surface was barren. It was destroyed. I can't remember the name of that movie, but the more I think about it, the more I go, man, a lot of that crap's kind of happening nowadays. I had to give two baths to all three of my dogs last night. That was fun. Oh, did they get skunked? The old Twilight Zone where the old black and white ones. Yeah, those were good. Wrong Door is a 1970 British show. Okay, that's probably the reason why I don't know that one. Yeah. Night Gallery was good. I don't remember that one. Alternating the old Night Stalker TV series and the Grimm TV series tonight. Hell yeah. It might be. I can't remember, Roxy. Let me look that up. That could be it. Oh, man, it's an older movie. But I just watch it and I'm like, in some aspects, that movie's happening right now. I don't remember. I don't think it was. I mean, I haven't seen it years and years and years. I mean, it's been a long time, David. I can't remember. Sonic Green sounds familiar, so I'm wondering if that's it. No, not Soylent Green. What about the Trancers with Jack Death chasing extra dimensional parasites that possess people? Jack Death was the bounty hunter. I haven't heard of that one. Night Gallery hosted by Rod Stewart. No, I don't remember Night Gallery. Let me look up the island and see if it's that. I know David said it in the chat a few minutes ago, but um, Chimera, what is up with you? It might be the island, but I don't know. They all wore white. I mean, and I think it is. I think it's like when you turned 18, 18 or 20. Supposedly you won this lottery because they lived all underground and it's very. I mean, everything was white and it was Chimera. If you want attention, you got to come in here. That is a name I watched in the day. Charles Heston was in. I should have gone to heating and AC school. When younger, I couldn't breathe with. Oh man, yeah. They were covered in mud and ooh. Tales of the Crypt was. I like Tales of the Crypt. Silent Greens is the one where they would take the dead and turn them in. No. What? So, hold on a second, guys. She is being a pain in the butt. But I can't remember. They were like 18 or 19. They would supposedly win this lottery. And they was able to go to the surface and finish living out their lives in luxury and in all this other stuff. And what it was is they were unaliving them, turning them into food and feeding them to each other. And I've seen this movie, man, I want to say late 90s, early 2000s, I think it was when I seen it. It might be the Island Band, but I'm not 100% for sure, David. I just found out my best man from my wedding. Oh, dude, I'm sorry to hear that, Jonaside. Oh man, I am so sorry to hear that, man. That's you're in our prayers on that one, man. Yeah, you're in our prayers on that, bro. Yeah, Star Trek was a disclosure. So is Star Wars. I love both Star Trek and Star Wars. Yeah, let me know how you keep going, bro. Don't let it get you down too much, but I understand on that one. Um, the movie Chud Cannibals, Humans Underground Dwellers. That don't sound familiar either. I've only seen it once, but I remember it because it stuck out to me. Let me pop up a deal over here. I'm trying to keep my phone free in case I get a call. It got me. I haven't talked to him, and of course, I was planning to hear soon. But yeah, man, or City of Ember. That one kind of sounds familiar. It makes you wonder on that one, on the Stargate one. Yeah, I remember the movies. I wasn't big on the TV shows, but the first movie was pretty good. Now we got into DVDs. It's just Escape from something, but I can't remember. Um, hey, Scott, how's it going? I think it's Logan's Run. I think they redid Logan's Run, but Logan's okay. This is not the one I was thinking of, but a lot what was happening in Logan's Run is very much what I was talking about. But I believe they redid it because it's not what the one I remember, but that is very close to um, what I was thinking of. Very close to what I was thinking of. Dude, that is not the one I was thinking of, but that is very close to the one I was thinking of. Be the first Tron movie? Oh, no kidding. Film Run has not been so they took the concept of Logan's Run and made the movie I was thinking of, but that Logan's Run is very very close to what I was thinking of, but that is not the movie. I just seen images of it, but that is very very close to what I was thinking of. So they must have made another movie that was almost like Logan's Run. Oh, I wonder. Okay, it's not that. Yeah, I'll have to keep looking for it, guys, because I ain't going to spend the whole show looking for it. Um, But Logan's Run is very, very close to the movie I was talking about. So I'd say this movie probably, hey Christopher, probably got its making from Logan's Run. And yeah. The movie is real. The first one was really good. I love Blade Runner. Blade Runner is a good movie. The first movie was really good. TV shows and the second one I wasn't a big fan of when it came to Stargate. Logan's Run trying to show mankind reality. Yeah, but it's not escaping the Matrix, man. It's I don't know. In the city of Ember where they turned 18, the work in the tunnels and stuff, and an option to take that, or they got it by prize, but never came back. Yeah, something too good to be true, probably. Yeah, I'm just lurking, listening. No worries. It's good to see you, Christopher. Far Escape. It sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've seen it. Being executed by a certain age to yeah, I mean that's exactly what this movie was about. Was exactly like this, and this young guy and this young girl escaped and made their way to the surface. And when they got to the surface, it's like we are being lied to. This is nothing like what they said it was. And the whole surface of the earth was destroyed. And apparently, there was a nuclear holocaust that happened that destroyed the entire surface of the planet. Um, and there's this utopia that you went to at a certain age. Um, and that was like what everybody lived to do. And then every day a chime would come in, and an AI system would call out names, and basically in Barney terms, they won the lottery, was able to go to this utopia, and so everybody lived for that moment to go to that utopia. But what ended up happening is they were being unalived and turned into food. So it's very much like Logan's Run, but it's not Logan's Run. No kidding. Great, Mondani. You need to watch Dream Escape, just a good movie or a rare subject. Yeah. But, when I think about that movie from time to time, it was almost like the best way to describe it is when you think like an alien ship, round hallways, flat floor, everything's white, and these people wore white, and they're waiting for their name to be called so they can go to this utopia, the only place on the surface that was livable. And come to find out, it was all a lie. To die at 30, yeah. Guy hunting the escape, he became a fugitive himself. That's what I'm saying. This movie is very, very close to Logan's Run, but it's not Logan's Run. I know that because I was looking at the deal at Logan's Run, and that looks nothing like what the movie I was talking about, but the storyline is similar. But if you think about it, a lot of what was happening in those movies, we're seeing a little bit of that today. And it makes you wonder what's causing this. Is it something supernatural? Is it just evil people in general? I think it probably could be both, man. I think it's very. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, good. I'm not going anywhere yet, but there's a possibility. Let us not forget the first season of X Files. Oh, dude, X Files was great. It's back outside again. Storm coming. Yeah, it's starting to get dark here, Roxanne. But you know, when you see that stuff, if you think about it, I mean, we're not living that movie right now, but a lot of the concepts of that movie we see play in life today. So, you know, what are we getting ready to have happen? What are we getting ready to see? You know, it makes you wonder when you see, when a lot of times that stuff comes to reality in one shape or another. I haven't seen the X Files in years. I just got a call from one of the district guys. I guess there's limbs down everywhere in Walnut Grove. So I'm like, oh crap, I'm probably going to be getting a call. He's one of them I had to call in yesterday. Actually, he's one of the second call. I ended up having to call him in yesterday. And Kolchak the Night Stalker. Man, that sounds so Kolchak and the Night Stalker sounds so familiar, but I don't know if I've ever seen it. But when it's movies like that, like X Files, Stargate. I mean, a lot of these movies we're talking about, we're starting to see in the cryptid world, in the paranormal world, in the supernatural world. I'll take care. It's almost the top of the hour. So when I go do the commercial, I'm gonna have to see what's got her going on. And so it makes you wonder. We've often talked about soft disclosures and stuff like that, and it's hard not to dispute that stuff because we experience things and we're like, where have I seen this before? Then you see it in an old movie or an old TV show or an old book. Genocide. Which one was it? The movie you were thinking of, The Giver? Let me look it up. Actors look familiar. Give me some info on the movie. That's what I want. A dystopian drama film directed by Philippines. Based off the 1993 young adult novel by Lewis Lowry. The Giver premiered in 2004. It was released in States and 14. You give me some details about the movie. That's what I want. There it is. Plot. Calamity, referring to as the ruin society, has been recognized as taking away any sense of emotion, good or bad. Babies are conceived through genetic engineering and a neuroleptic-like medication suppressing strong emotions. All memories of the old are held by one person, the receiver of the memory, the shield, the rest of the community. The receiver and his protege are the only people able to see in color, which is otherwise eliminated from the community, preventing the community is ruled by elders, including the chief elder. Who lives in the community is a 16-year-old boy whose best friend was Asher and Fiona. On graduation day, Jonas is told that he will become the next receiver of memory and will progressively receive memories of history. I would have to watch it and see. The actors look familiar. I don't know. It might be. It might be that one. You got mine all up and looking around. They stopped it soon. She might be scared if the storm is coming. There could be. Yeah, I'm about ready to play. There you are. Why are you in there barking? Huh? Why are you in there barking? Sometimes think people make stories based on their imagination, which is something humans try to have. Eventually, rap derives important. Maximus, that in some instances, yeah, I'd say you're right, but it's sad that a lot of times this stuff comes true. My imaginator is busted. I just said, Duffy said I just had a knock, not a scratch. I'm at my door, and I opened it, and the bulldog walked in, or a bully to be exact. Well, without exposure to such concepts, man wouldn't be blooming these ideas. Yeah. I get a lot of my ideas from experiences that I've experienced or, reports that I hear. And that's how a lot of how I get the ideas for my books. Sometimes it just comes into my head. That happens quite often too. It just comes into my head. Just makes sense. When I wrote Reign of the Draugr, Dawn of Armageddon, it's a zombie book, but it's not your normal zombie book because every time I read a zombie book or watch a zombie show or a zombie movie, I get mad. It's like, okay, if there is a zombie apocalypse, humanity is not going to automatically go back to the Stone Age. We are too conditioned to the comforts we have. We're going to find a way to bring them comforts back. People will learn how to get power stations up and running again. People will learn or relearn how to get all these comforts up and going again. There's too many things out there written on paper that can help you get these comforts back again. They're not going to sit there and go back to the Stone Age and live that way for the rest of their lives. They're going to try to find things. Then they're going to take what their modern knowledge is and learn how to use that against the dead. Not going to go, I'm just going to go ooga booga to you every time I see you and bash you in the head. No, they're going to be like, hey, dude, if we do this is going to take out a large number. If we do this is how it's going to be during a zombie apocalypse. And that's where my brain goes to. And that's what I based Reign of the Draugr, Dawn of Armageddon against, which a Draugr is a Norse zombie. That's why it's called Reign of the Draugr, Dawn of Armageddon. It's the end of the world as we know it. But humanity is going to continue to live on, and they're going to try to get them comforts back. It makes life in hell easier if you have the comforts that you're used to. And that's why I based that book that way, because I was like, I love them. They're good movies, good shows, good books, but the way my brain works, this is what's going to happen during we're going to lose it for a little bit, but we're going to gain it back. If a man never saw a flying object like a saucer, plane, helicopter, they would have drawn them on the pyramid wall. They wouldn't have drawn them on the pyramid walls, same as the plasma they witnessed. Yeah. In the year 2525. Oh, that sounds familiar. Tesla was supposedly shocked once so badly that he passed out, and when he woke up, he had an idea in his mind that he made into a formula, and it worked. I forgot exactly what it was. Maybe free energy. I think you're right on that one, Maximus. That I knew something like that happened to him. Oh. It's a song. Okay, that's why it sounded. Yes, okay, I remember that song now. Never live underground, and a big generator supplied them and start. Okay, I missed part of what David said here. David must have said something and I missed it. No, never mind. Okay, so never live underground, and a big generator supplied them and started going bad, and the two teenagers escaped to try to find it and fix it. Leave. Which one are you talking about, David? You got me lost there. Because I'm hoping they don't exist. Yeah. Energy from the Earth's natural. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we can get free energy from Mother Earth. That Nikola Tesla proven that. And I believe that's what the Egyptians were doing as well, along with a lot of other ancient cultures. They were harnessing the free energy from Mother Earth. It's the top of the hour. I am going to play a book commercial and top off my water. Here we go.
Shoulder to shoulder with Ragnar in the raid. Silver on the table, glory in the grim, but the ice wind carried something crawling in. Grim sun, guardian of Midgard, hazing steel against the grave. Blessed I burning like a star, only the fearless can be brave. From the fjord to the far dark forest, he will hunt till the sky turns red. Grim sun, guardian of Midgard, he stands where the living dread.
Smoke from the hillside, home turned black and bare. Droger in the doorway, cold hands in a prayer. Family taken by teeth that never tire. He knelt in the ashes, swore his wrath to the fire.
Raven circle, whisper his name. One-eyed father sets his soul aflame. Grim sun, guardian of Midgard, raising steel against the grave. Blessed eye burning like a star, only the ruthless can be brave. From the fjord to the far dark forest, he will hunt till the sky turns red. Grim sun, guardian of Midgard, he stands where the living dread.
Step by step through the frozen bones, ash and frost in his lungs. Every ghost that the darkness owns falls through the swing of his tongue. I am the storm, I am the spear, I am the end. Your end is here.
Saga Grimson's is the first books that I wrote. Saga Grimson Book 1, The Beginning, Saga Grimson Book 2, Black Death. Um, if you like historical fictions, you like cryptids, you like paranormal supernatural, you like Vikings, book has it all. Grimson and Ira face many things, everywhere from a Draugr all the way up to a Wendigo. It's all in the books. I love writing them. I write many different style books. I write cryptid horror, historical fictions, modern day cryptid horrors, and I write sci-fi. I love writing this stuff. Grimson is one of my favorite characters, maybe because I'm biased because it's the first book I ever wrote that I actually published outside of another entity. Um, I love it. You can find my books on Amazon.com/author/ED Testerman. You follow my author's fan page, rate and comment my books. Help me to get my books out there to everyone. If you are following my author's fan page, when I release a new book, it will let you know before anybody else. Do this with any of your favorite authors that sell their books on Amazon. Go over there and follow their author's fan page. I'm currently working on Saga Grimson Book 3, Revenge of the Wendigo, which takes place of having a rematch with the one he faced in Book 1. I've had to really redo it because I wrote myself into a bad spot, but it's still coming out good. I've just been a little busy and haven't had a chance to work on it. So I hope you guys enjoy that type of stuff, and I hope you go buy my books. Hey, Larry. Ever seen a TV show where the power goes out and can't be taken or gotten back? I haven't seen that, no. I'm trying to get caught up on comments here. The old grid is there, just needs to turn it back on after repairing the damaged ones from around the globe. I'd say you're probably right. If they're even nice music. Thanks, Maximus. If they're even still able to be repaired and not fully cool, got to get more books. Hell yeah, Larry. If they ain't, I've only got like 8 books published right now. If they ain't fully destroyed. I had her about 10 days. Oh, we're talking about the kitten. The movie, the Lawnmower Man, is interesting. I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever seen it though. But yeah, I mean, we see this type of stuff all the time, and we've noticed that, we'll just keep it cryptid, paranormal, supernatural. Anytime Holly Scrooge comes out and really, really, really pushes something, I mean, they're in commercials, they're in food, they're in drinks, they're in TVs, they're in movies. When you start seeing they're on clothing, they're everywhere. When they start hitting that stuff hard like that, usually that stuff comes into fruition. And that's why I think Holly Scrooge, for as evil as it is a type of soft disclosure. And what you want to find out what's coming out next, well, I mean, we'll take zombies. Look at the big zombie craze that was going on for a long time. Now look what's coming out. People are talking about these zombies that's actually coming. You got the zombie virus now, and you got this, and you got that, and people that act like zombies due to either drugs or whatever it is, the stuff is coming out. Into the TV show Grimm. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. I've heard of it, Val, but I don't know if I've ever seen it. It's good seeing you in here. I know I've heard of it though. How about Video Drone? Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of Lawnmower Man, but I don't think I've ever seen it either. But we see this. This is a very common thing that happens in our reality. And that's why I kind of look at that stuff and I pay attention to it. They were pushing, like I said, they were pushing the zombies so long. Look what's happening there. Now they're pushing UFOs and Bigfoots like big time. What's going to come out next? UFOs has now been released. They admitted the UFOs. So I guess Bigfoot's going to be next. It makes you wonder on that stuff. you know. And there's times like I don't know how many times I've seen something going on. It's like, man, why am I having deja vu? Where have I seen this before? It's not this exact scene, but something similar to this. And then I'll end up rewatching an old movie that I forgot about, and I was like, this was it. This is where I've seen that before, and now it's playing out in real life. So I find that stuff interesting and concerning at the same time, because they started pushing Terminator, and then you have the Bicentennial Man, then you have I Am Robot or I Am One. I mean, the list goes on and on of all these robot systems where the AI starts killing off humanity and taking over the world. We literally are having machines that's being AI controlled that's now very much like those type of robots in the movies. You can't help but go, is that what the next thing is going to be? In fact, I mean, I've seen one case, I haven't been able to prove if it's true or not, that an AI controlled robot unalived a human and they had to disassemble it. I don't know if it's true or not. A lot of people is going to say it's true. I haven't done enough research into it for me to say yes, it's true or not. I will admit I have seen the deal on it. I just need to do research on it to see if it was actually something that has happened or not. But I'm watching these robots do karate stuff. I'm watching these robots doing tasks. I'm watching these. I mean, they're guarding things. They're doing all this stuff, and it's all controlled by AI. So, is that going to be the next release? Is it going to be the robots are going to take over the world, or is it going to be Bigfoot? Because that's two of the hottest things that's being pushed. Space Odyssey, yeah. I think I've seen that one. One of my favorite type of Space Odysseys is Swiss Family Robinsons, the Lost in Space. But, you have to consider that. But I'm curious what's going on. I'm both curious and afraid of what's going on because the Japanese are doing, I mean, they're now being able to transfer human consciousness into a cyborg. And this cyborg can have, a outer casing that is very flesh-like where they show emotions and they sound like you, they act like you, and they have your memories. You can now transfer your consciousness into this cyborg. We have robot security dogs, here in Atlanta right now. They've already caught criminals who are breaking into cars and parking lots. Yes, I mean they're everywhere right now, Maximus. I mean they are. So it makes you wonder. I mean now they have, hopefully no kids are watching this, but they have now freaking Android adult pleasure things now. That is temperature controlled and self-lubing, and you can change how it acts and everything. I mean, this is all robots doing this stuff. War Games was an AI that took over Missile Command. Yeah. Logman reminds me of the movie The Fear. It's a creature carved of wood that's alive. I haven't seen that one. I've seen Urso or not Urso, but Dwarf said that earlier, but I was trying to remember if I ever seen it, and I don't think I have. So, I mean, when this stuff is coming to reality, what's next for humanity? What is the next release that we're going to see? Hey, Brandon. So yeah, I mean, this stuff is very, very interesting to pay attention to. But they're pushing Bigfoot hard right now, and a bunch of supernatural and paranormal shows hard. Are they finally going to come out and admit that this stuff is real? The one case, Terminator, is a robot at the core, and the other case, RoboCop, is a human at the core. Yeah, RoboCop, that's another one I forgot about. That's a good one, too. Both of them concepts we're seeing in reality right now. They've now got robotic stuff that helps, disabled people. they have a system now where somebody who can never walk is controlled by an AI program to help them to walk. You know, I'd use AI for a lot of stuff, and I've always said AI is only as good as its user. Whoever is using it, if they're evil, it's going to be evil. If they're good, it's going to be good. Okay, and that brings some fear because who remembers the Ghost in the Machine? Can that happen? Is that what AI is, or what will AI will turn into? I've been waiting for this moment. Yeah. Uh, Fran Hooker is the dude who gives hookers crack that explodes and he's a piece of the build. Oh, ew. Yeah. Um, yeah, hey, Robin, we have to consider this type of stuff. So when we're seeing this, coming out, you have to help, but you can't help but wonder. But I mean, they're pushing a lot of stuff extremely heavy right now, and it does come to fruition. So I mean, I'm in fear for humanity, but at the same time, I'm not, because I believe I know the outcome just because of what I know behind the scenes. Mothers, the virus makes women eat. Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Man, I haven't heard that one. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? I actually forgot about that. I haven't heard about that in a very long time. Okay, that's where I remember it from. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's why I remember that. Okay, yes. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. Look who's back again. Look who's back. Nah. Milkman's back. Well, I mean, Noah Havari said it in the World Economic Forum. Homo sapien will no longer be a thing because now they can digitally alter human DNA, and now they will actually destroy human DNA. I like the they live in a movie reminds me of what's happening. Yeah. I'm like Chuck Norris, you never know where I'll be. At least it ain't the Muffin Man with the Roman hand. Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? But and it's I mean I don't know. I mean, I don't know your guys' thoughts on that, but it does bring some curiosity to me when I see this stuff. Damn, now I want some M&Ms because Dwarf had to say M&Ms. I haven't had M&Ms in forever. There's a movie on YouTube of a robot server at a restaurant buffet going wacky and just start flailing its arms into the salad on a buffet table uncontrolled. I guess they had a way to unplug it. Oh, wow. Almost all the science fiction stuff from when I was a kid has come true. Yeah, David. I mean, a lot of it has. Honestly, think about it. Star Wars and Star Trek's prime example. I mean, look how much of this alien stuff we're starting to see now on these other planets. We're starting to see now. How many Earth-like planets have NASA found now? How many different types of life form have they categorized, saying this is although they say it's a possibility, they're starting to slowly come out and say it's true. I believe they probably still do, Brandon. I mean, they've got a lot of them facilities all over the world. Somebody, there goes my. Hey, Carl, just getting in. I'm scared already and terrified. I kind of like the idea of having an R2 unit to help at a thing in CP30 or something. Yeah, R2D2 and CP30. I'd like to have them. Yeah. R2's the man, dude. Straight up. R2's a gangster. He's an OG. R2 is straight beast mode. But you need that comic relief, and that's where CP3O comes in. They're mixing clones, and I can't disagree. I cannot find a logical way to disagree with that, because it's too much weird things going on that I think Brandon, you probably onto something. I'd rather have an Aeon Flux. She'd be tasting. I should have read that before I said it out loud. Yeah. But I don't know. Just weird times, folks. It's just weird times. But we often talk about this, and we've talked about it before on William's show. It's basically what RoboCop is. Yeah. Danger, William Robertson. Hell yeah, David. Dude, Lost in Space is like an epic movie. The B9 unit from the old TV show Lost in Space, yeah, would be neat. He would yell, "Danger, Robertson! Danger, danger, Will Robertson!" Yeah. They say, Charlie. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Well, William and I have discussed this before on his show. In the old times, a lot of your grave sites was surrounded by wrought iron fencing. You can't. Yeah, Spaceballs is great, William. It's hard pressed to find a graveyard now that's surrounded by wrought iron. What is wrought iron used for? See who in chat can remember. Yes, Danger, don't go off with the dude. Lost of Space is awesome. Gotta watch that again. Yeah. Let's see who remembers. What is wrought iron used for? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's a good movie. May the Schwartz be with you. That is one of them, Urso. Ground energy, yes. Iron is used for protection from the Fae. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of them. Jonaside, good one. I remember watching the reruns when I was about 11, getting a crush on Penny Robertson. Yeah. Whatever you want to use it. Wrought iron is good for keeping supernatural and paranormal contained. So that's why around grave sites they always had wrought iron fencing. They kept it contained. Now that these things ain't there, that's why I'm a firm believer in the high influx of paranormal activity we see nowadays, is because they no longer have that barrier keeping them in or out. Yes, or so. Yep. We still have cemeteries with wrought iron gates. Brandon, that's cool, because around here, I've been over a big portion of the U.S. and I've not seen very many of those anymore. That and grave robber. Yeah, wrought iron didn't keep grave robbers out. They still got in there. But yes, Jeff, keeping demons out. They were used to contain or repel paranormal and supernatural. So, I mean, that's just a theory. That's nothing that I can prove right now. That's just me knowing what things were used in the past, how they were used, what we're missing, and me noticing an increase throughout my lifetime of the amount of paranormal and supernatural sightings and encounters that we've been having. A lot of the barns around here have horseshoes nailed over the doors. Yes, that was used for luck, but it was also used for the main thing was used for to repel paranormal and supernatural. You'll see. Whoa. That okay, cool. I'm back. I just got booted from my own show. Um, you'll see it, pin or nailed to the entrance of a barn or a lodging. We were always taught it was for good luck. The original reason behind it was to repel, well, it was demons, but also paranormal. We also have a lot of round barns. They are built round so demons can't hide in any of the corners. I've never heard that, but that's interesting right there, Brandon. I don't think I've ever heard of that. It's the reason why the barns are round. That's cool. I mean, yeah, you can't hide. I mean, that's a good point. You can't hide if it's round. In any event, I just don't think I would want a computer chip implant. No, no. And driverless cars either? Hell no. Some principle of removing real silver from all mirrors, close to the protection from evil, from sealing evil out or in. Yeah. They also use statues to guard over graves and push back the dead, but they have changed how they make the statues now. The bells in chapels was originally used for two purposes. One, for healing, the other one to repel evil. Round is a good sacred shape. Yes, it is. Hey, Freaky, how's it going? Yeah. But people don't realize that. Bells, the frequency from bells helped get rid of sickness. I'm sorry, helped with sickness and to repel evil. And it wasn't usually originally used in the chapel of churches. That's something the Catholic Church did to bring people over to them. They took it from what they call pagans. Railroad tracks used, yep. They should bring back the bells. I miss them. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I loved hearing the church bells. It's called the Johnson's Round Barn in Kiwanis, Illinois, in a state park. It has been there hundreds of years. You can look it up. Oh, hell yeah. A lot of these a lot of us have implants from extraterrestrials and extra dimensionals. Yeah, that's something a lot of people claim. Yeah, they do. Especially been taken or in their ship. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that quite often, and there's a lot of stuff they found foreign implements from people of abductees. There's a lot of stuff that suggests that that's true. If it ain't round, put it down. Helps you raise your vibrations. Yes. I want a chip because it will help me when delivering packages because I'll be a walking GPS. What if it's round and brown? I sent something to David earlier. When I read that, I thought about what I sent to him. But I mean, a lot of these old practices from what the Catholics called pagans. I hate that term because it's a derogatory term, but that's what a lot of people know it as. People really need to learn what it actually means instead of just accepting it. No, if you accept it, then you're being a sheeple to the Catholic Church, to the Vatican. Throwing it like a disc. Yeah, kitty kisses, 3 of them. Hey, yeah, man, I'm getting quite a crowd of kitties. They would work with a cow. Oh, that must have been my side of my glasses. They use the Renaissance structure in the face to do communications. Yeah, the teepee shape was a round one. Yeah, I mean a lot of lodgings from Native Americans were round. Was round quality. It was supports the strength of the surrounding weather elements and through other cones. Yeah, I remember the scientists were laughing at the Jetsons because there were no way they could talk to somebody on the phone and see them. What are we doing nowadays? Yeah. Hey, Aaron, how's it going? If you're aware of the chambers within your skull structure, yeah. Okay, I'm caught back up. But, there's a lot of stuff that, non Christian people did, and they were more intelligent and more protected and better off than what was when Catholicism took over everything. Buffalo chips are round and brown, good sorts of fuel. Actually, yes, it is. The buffalo chips were actually used for making fires. Yes. It's not called the sacred hoop for nothing. Exactly, William. I'm just listening for a little bit. Be back soon. No worries. All my favorite people are here. Oh, yeah, Aaron. Oh, that's the dog. I thought I was hearing thunder again. So, I mean, we have to consider this stuff. And a lot of these practices, what I was talking about with the wrought iron, comes from non-Christian people. The ones that the Catholicism called pagans. I never claimed to be a Norse pagan. I'm just Norse. I like the Nordic belief, but I'm also a Christian. And there's really not a whole lot of difference between the two if you actually study it. You close your mouth and hum, no changing of tone, straight for 15 seconds to activate the chambers in your skull. I haven't heard that before, but that's be. I don't feel nothing. Must not have done it right. I'm going to have to practice at it because I'm not feeling anything. You had me where I was like 16 seconds. I could do that. Let's try that. You close your mouth and hum. No changing of tone, straight for 15 seconds. Definitely. It sounds like Christianity is North paganism after Ragnarok. Fight me, damn it. Oh, do I got one for that one? I might have one for that one. Let me see.
Little pig, little.
Wait, no, it's this.
I'm your huckleberry.
I'm telling you, if you actually study modern Christianity, when Catholicism was taking over everything, you've got a point there. Because if you actually study the old ways of the old different types of people and what Catholicism was doing at the time, which is a lot of it's turned to modern day Christianity, you're not far from that. Now, is it after Ragnarok? I don't know. Try it when it's quiet and take notice to the feeling in your face. I feel the vibration in my face. That's all I feel. Eric, I mean, you're in the Conan movie. Yeah, the northern tribes were called the Vanir, unless I'm mistaken. I like how they try because I'm trying to it seems Tibetan. Actually, a lot of your not just a button, Mongolian, Nordic, a lot of races humming. It was a frequency. It's even used in Buddhism. I did hear thunder. I thought so. The humming is used at a certain frequency for certain things. That's a yeah. Y'all, I'm puking again for. Oh, I'm sorry, Aaron. Get better. I can't tease you and I can't pick on you if you're not feeling good because then I'll feel too bad. Just a little. When you ever want to clear your frequency and energy around you, yeah. But a lot of old practices outside of Christianity, even in Christianity, humming was a type of it. Think about what the monks would do when they were chanting. Balder is God, Frey, and Jesus is Loki, the devil. Balder is God, Frey is Jesus, Loki is the devil. There's a lot of similarities there, yeah. We're lucky Eric didn't break out with the Campbell sounds songs after the hum. The Vatican called anything and everything heretics. Yeah. If you didn't agree with them, you're exactly right. Australian natives also hum. There's another one. I forgot about them. Thank you, Maximus. You're absolutely right. The Aborigines, which I spent some time with some Aborigines when I was in Australia, close to one of them. Them people are amazing people. Seems everybody is doing that nowadays. Yeah. Wow. Synchronetic. My friend dog name was Thunder. But to switch tones during instant opening the chamber and activity system. Eric was a humdinger of a song. What exactly was a humdinger? A song. Y'all know I wrote the world's shortest song. Do you guys know that? I actually wrote this song years and years and years ago. It's the world's shortest song, and it's all about me. And it goes like this. I. There you have it. The world's shortest song, and it's all about me. I thought a humdinger was a king. Congratulations. Canned pears will do. Try a little. Aboriginal people of the outback also let flies fly up their noses to remove things. Doesn't mean I'm doing. I'll tell you what, man. I had a lot of fun, sitting with Aborigines and learning of their stuff and talking with them. They're very spiritual people, very, very connected to Mother Earth. I always thought humdinger was something funny. That was a humdinger of a joke right there. Mm-hmm. But we have to stop thinking in this 2D mindset that we're in, and we got to start thinking 3D and 4D. We really have to when it comes to some of this stuff. Now, some of this stuff, I'm sorry, just makes absolutely zero sense. No matter what angle you look at it, that's why it makes for a good theory and a possibility. But we have to understand things were covered up and things were assimilated for a reason. It could be slang for that's a good, I guess. I'm not that old. After all, I'm 10 in my head. Yeah. No knockoffs. Is that the loops in the lips and the ears is how the explorers caught people in other countries to bring back. Taco Bell told us to think outside the box. Yeah. Think outside the bun. He told us to think outside the bun. I'm thinking about 44D. I better not comment. Yeah, I spent some time in Australia, man. I loved it. Or WD-40. There you go. But I mean, I think it's important to learn from other cultures. The Aboriginal have the one older genome. Why do they tell us humanity comes out of Africa. As the older genome, why do they tell us humanity? Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that, Jonas. I've been listening to music from the 1940s recently. Oh, they had some good ones. 44D is a good number. Yeah, I'm just saying. 44D missiles. Y'all try and get me in trouble. Nobody's home. Nobody's home. But it's very important to learn from these other cultures. And that's what I'm saying. People think I'm crazy because I said I've studied religions from all around this world, old to new, and the similarity between them, they're all very similar, and it makes sense. It makes sense under a couple different situations. One, the assimilation that the Catholic Church was doing when they were taking over the old world. Number two, in the Bible, before the fall of Tower of Babel, we all looked the same, talked the same, spoke the same, and believed the same. It wasn't until the fall of Tower of Babel that God split the tongue and split the people. Those two reasons right there is why you'll see so much of our religions are very, very, very similar. Yeah, yesterday was for me, Christopher. More than a handful is wasteful and makes their backs hurt, and they got older. Science is questionable from start to finish. Depends on what type of science you're talking about, Freaky. Yeah. I think I missed something that so it said earlier. Trying to see. Maybe not. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it really depends on the type of science you're talking about. Neither is Gatorade. Neither is a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff ain't the original. Crazy science. You have science and you have mainstream science. Mainstream science is a joke and a lie. But what is science? What is science at its core? That's something that people don't understand. Science at its core is something that's not normal. Alchemy, chemistry, the list goes on. That's science. Science was basically what wizards and warlocks and witches and all them other types of people, shamans, medicine people, all them practice science. You're absolutely right, Freaky, and they're finally coming out and admitting that, which is what we were saying for a very long time. At some point, science and what may be thought of as spiritual or what's thought of as impossible comes together instead of the constant separation. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Science at its core is the practicing of something that is not normal, like normal people can't do. They can learn it, but they can't do it. It's proving, its basis is proving that something can be done. Yeah, it is. You cannot find answers for the supernatural events with physics. No, you cannot. Absolutely cannot. And that's why supernatural has nothing to do with science. The only thing science has to do with supernatural, supernatural ain't science, but science can be used with supernatural is the capturing of it for the documentation. Outside of that, yeah, they're two of the different things. It's basically documentation, evidence collecting. That is the only part that science will ever have to do with supernatural. Yep. Supernatural is on a whole new level. Completely different level. So is magic. Magic's on a completely different level. That's why people say it's impossible for somebody to transform to a human into a wolf. No, it's not. You're thinking of science. You're not thinking of dark magic. What is of the physical world stays in the physical world. That of the supernatural goes to the supernatural. In some beliefs, William, but there's many beliefs where humans actually go to the supernatural world. Fae have been documented of taking humans many a times. The jinn are known for taking humans to their world many times. That's well documented. Throughout a lot of different supernatural entities, and depends on what culture it's from, humans and supernatural, or humans can be taken, that's key word, can be taken to the supernatural realm. If any of the unknown could be understood in our perceptions, then it would be scientifically explained, even involving spirit. Yeah, because we think of science as modern terms. Magic comes in any form, in many forms. It does. Changelings too. Yeah, changelings is a type of fae. But yeah, that's a perfect example. When a fae has to get rid of their offspring, for whatever reason it is, they take the human baby to their realm. I don't know on that one. Say grabbing. It's better if they all go happily. I don't know. Could it be interdimensional? Possibly. I don't know. I mean, I'm still believe it could be the supernatural realm as well. If it's better, they'll all go happy. Yeah. If it's better, they'll all go happy. Money sucks to BS. Leave to. Yeah. We are nowadays. We are paid slaves. Yeah, I think that's two separate deals. That's just my opinion, William. I think interdimensional and supernatural is two separate deals, but I also think they can also play together at the same time. A lot of your ancient cultures talk about other dimensions, other realms. They talk about it all the time. Prove it to me. Supernatural is completely different. Supernatural is completely different, but I don't think they're interdimensional. I think they live in a different realm. But I think there is types of what misidentify as supernatural that are interdimensional. There's entities from other dimensions that we automatically categorize as supernatural when they're not. They are from a different dimension. Scientific explains our explanations are good and has its place. Only whatever we can understand, no matter what it is, still has more to it than we know, in my view. Yeah. I can't. I can see that. I can see that. Realms is a terminology, not supernatural only. Happens during quantum entanglement. Could be. I don't know enough about that to have an educated guess. To me, I believe there's dimensions and there's realms. And I think there's many realms to every dimension. Destiny is more accurate. Yeah. Is a terminology not supernatural? I mean, I can see your theory behind that. I'm kind of playing it out in my head. But I'm kind of the one. I believe there's different dimensions and there's multiple realms in each dimension. I am not going there. So, I don't know. It'd be interesting what we find. Always more questions arise, even in our vast knowledge, as we know. Exactly. Yeah. I'm always wanting to learn. And if I'm proven wrong, I'll be the first to admit I am wrong. but I never take somebody's word for it. I'll take what they have to say and do my own research before, I grow a different opinion on what my research has told me, or on something new. I won't have an opinion on it until I do my own research on it. I never take what anybody says to heart. I'll take it and listen to it, but I always want to do my own research. Destiny, not density, not destiny. Oh darn, my bad. You have density, then threshold, then density, then threshold. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, folks, we're going to be learning about this stuff up until the day we leave this realm, till we leave Midgard. And even after we leave Midgard, I believe we're still learning something else. I do not believe our knowledge in our life stops at Midgard. We could be right, could be wrong, could be potentially both. Exactly. You're exactly right. We don't know. We have theories. We have opinions. It was good to see everyone. I need to go eat. If you're still live, I'll be back. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get off of here myself. It's getting close to that 2 hour mark, and I'm on call, so I don't want to be on here all I'll be back. But you have a good one, Brandon. Good to see you in here. Yeah, I'm on call, so I can't stay live for multiple hours. Especially the storm coming in makes me wonder if I'm not going to get a call. But all my stuff, I've always said this is my theory, this is my opinion, this is my view. I've never said this is fact. No, there's only a few things I've said, no, it's actually this way, because it's very, 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 very well documented in multiple different religions, races, and beliefs. And it all says the same thing. Have a great weekend. You too, man. Are you having a brain fart, Freaky? If I'm able to do a show tomorrow, guys, I don't know what I've got planned. I've not had time to look anything up. I've got a couple ideas that I can try to play out, but I got somebody who wants to come on, but I don't want to try to bring them on and I end up getting a call and not able to do a show. So I'm trying to figure out something else to do for tomorrow's show. You've been putting baked ziti in the oven now? Cool. All the answers are when we aren't in this body. Yeah, I believe you're right, Bounty. I think we're going to a lot of, not everything, but a lot of it. You're absolutely right. But I'll have to figure something out tomorrow for tomorrow's show, guys. It's my busy time of the year, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to write, research, or anything. I've been hammered. When I get home, I'm so tired, I don't want to do nothing. So I will try to figure out by tomorrow what tomorrow's show is going to be about. Once again, I am on call this week until Thursday. There is a possibility I'll get a call and we don't have a show, or I'll get a call during the show and I'll have to get off the live. So keep that in mind. I apologize ahead of time. I like to keep you guys up and honest to what's going on. It's happened before. It's going to happen again. There'll be a time that I'm on a show and I've got to go because I get a call. So with that being said, I hope to see you guys tomorrow. William's got a show tomorrow morning. Hopefully we don't got anything going on and I could be on there with him. We don't get us that good. Because I've got a lot going on tomorrow as well. I'm not even getting a 3-day weekend like I normally get because I've got to go to work Monday, which I'm usually off on Mondays now. So, Silver Star, thank you. I don't know what those mean, but I appreciate it. I have no clue what those things. Those things are weird, Aaron. I'm trying. I got to remember to look that up. The first 9 months. Oh, another one. Maybe he's providing. Some would call it a gut feeling. Yeah, but hopefully I can catch you guys on William's show tomorrow. If not, hopefully I can catch you on my show tomorrow afternoon. With that being said, peace, love, and blessings to you all. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for my new subscribers to my OG. I'm growing every single week, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. I really, really do. Shout out to my mods, Roxanne, William, Jeff. You guys are so helpful, and I'm truly blessed for you guys. Thank you so much for that. With that being said, people who's got things going on with sick and deaths and stuff like that, you're in my heart. You're in my thoughts. Oh, you're welcome. You're not alone with what's going on. So remember that you're not alone. So until tomorrow, folks, once again, peace, love, and blessings to you all. And I'll see you later. Have a good day. Goodbye.
Step into shadows where whispers hum. The air is thick where the strange things come. Behind the curtain where the fearless go. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown. Dare to tread where the darkness hides. Through the cracks of the world's thin sides. Join if you will take the dare. Where we learn of things that scare. Masks and riddles play their game. Nothing here will stay the same. The air is heavy, the lights are low. Where secrets linger and shadows grow. The walls may shift, the ground may quake. It's a risk you take when the unknown wakes. Your pulse will race, your breath will freeze in this realm of uncanny mysteries. Dare to tread where the darkness hides. Through the cracks of the world's thin sides. Join if you will take the dare. Where we learn of things that scare. The bizarre wears a wicked grin. Its world pulls you slowly in. But once you're here, you'll never roam. This is now.